All right, it's the rundown.
Wow, that had no enthusiasm.
All right, it's the rundown.
There it is.
Here for Thursday, October 31st, also known as Halloween.
Nice.
Which Brandon Walker doesn't
I
acknowledge
never
in his
celebrated
household.
and don't celebrate, and if you do, that's fine. I don't.
You never went trick-or-treating?
Neither of you are dressed up.
No.
Your kids,
I have kids, yes.
and they don't celebrate Halloween.
No, they celebrate Halloween.
Oh, okay, good.
How?
We just don't go trick-or-treating.
They don't have costumes.
We have family movie night. Tonight we're watching.
So it's just Thursday.
Just Thursday, yeah. So we got plenty going on. Nationals win the World Series. Game 7 last night. Houston Astros, Washington Nationals. Nationals win their first ever, as this franchise, World Championship. Max Scherzer goes out, but you're a Nats fan, right?
Yeah.
It's good PFT.
Good PFT over here.
PFT,
She's a longtime Nationals fan. Obviously, this is the first time they've won it. A lot of interesting stories. Great series, even though only one game was within 3 runs.
No home team wins.
0
0-7.
That's
0-7 home
insane.
teams. That's incredible.
That is insane.
I bet on the Astros last night simply because I thought the bubble was
'Cause
going to
you're an
burst.
idiot.
Because I'm an idiot.
Come on,
I'm also an idiot.
You're
but the
an
Nationals
idiot.
won
Good point.
4 road games in Houston, and the last 2 weren't particularly close. They won 7-2, 6-2. How's it feel?
It's the Cuck sweep. It's the first ever Cuck sweep in Major League Baseball history, or any major sport. 4 wins on the road. They should put up a banner for the Washington Nationals in Minute Maid Park.
So we made Cuck history.
Cuck history has been made, yeah.
Yep.
Always a good day when you make Cuck history.
Are you guys, so parade, yes, no?
Parade on Saturday.
Are you going?
It's 50-50 right now.
Why?
I have other responsibilities in New York, but I'm trying to move things around.
You got to go.
It's got a hot date.
Y'all got to go.
No, not
Let's
that.
get Barstool
But,
date over here.
Well, if you guys
we'll
aren't
see.
going, can I go?
Oh, we would love to have you there. You are
can go.
DC's adopted son.
What the hell? Yeah, you should go.
Well,
I'd like to go.
I mean, if it's a Cuck sweep, I feel like,
Yeah.
all Cucks everywhere should unite.
Have you been cucked?
No.
Kinda?
Why'd you say that then?
It seems like I would be a guy that would be, though,
You
wouldn't it?
seem like a cuck.
Yeah,
Like,
right, thank
You
you,
can't
big
just
guy.
do a
Yeah.
cuck bit like that and then
No,
say
you can do a
that you've
cuck
never
bit.
He's got a
been
cuck face.
You can do a Cuck bit.
Yeah, big time.
So Nationals win. After the game was over, Max Scherzer and Anibal Sanchez hugged and were crying. I thought that was cool.
We want more! We want more! We want more!
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. I mean,
Sucks for Tigers fans. That 2014 roster's
Oh,
insane.
that's right. 2012.
No, but they.
Oh, you're
they-
right.
Yeah,
they didn't make
yeah.
it to the World Series that year.
Yeah, they lost in the first round, I think, but they had Scherzer, Verlander, Sanchez. There's someone else. They had someone who's won in the past too. It was like a whole list of guys who've won World Series like in the last 3 or 4 years.
Nobody on the Nats 25-man roster had won one before, which is crazy. Oh, congrats
Porcello.
to Fernando Rodney.
Yes.
Your boy
Fernando
Fernando
Rodney.
Arrow,
Rodney.
baby.
I was hoping he would get in to close the game out. That would have been sick.
That would have been sick.
I like 2 things. I like when new teams win a championship, and the Nationals did that, and I like when old players who haven't won it. I
Yeah.
love seeing Howie Kendrick with probably the weakest home run in World Series history, but
Also,
still it's a home run.
Best piece of hitting in World Series history. That was a good pitch.
That
I watched the replay of that this morning.
That shouldn't be a home run.
It was, it hit the
I
foul
mean-
pole.
So-
a lot of people were roasting me in the comments because I called,
called
it the fair pole,
Oh.
which I know it's called the foul pole, but when you hit it, it's a fair ball, so I called it the fair pole.
Fair pull, got it.
It should be called the fair
It
ball.
should be. That's why I called it that.
Who do we blame? What decision gets more blame? Taking Greinke
Yes,
out or
that's
not
it.
putting Cole in?
No, well, that's one and the same.
I think
Right.
not putting Cole in.
Taking Greinke out when he's
But if you take Greinke out for Cole, then you can understand.
It's justified, right? If
and
you
he was ready. He was up and ready,
Yeah.
and they just didn't go
Well,
with
he was
him.
up and ready, then they sat him down, then they had him up and ready again. I think if they put Cole in and he gives up a home run on that pitch, nobody really second guesses
Right.
it because
Right.
he's a lights out pitcher.
And then he, after the game, said he's not an employee
Yeah.
for the Astros.
He just
so
immediately
He
quit.
was big
he was
mad.
very mad.
Yeah.
I can understand, like, losing without playing your best guy
Yeah.
is so painful.
No, I mean, Greinke was throwing a masterpiece. He gave up
Right.
a home run and a walk, and they yanked him at 80
But,
pitches.
see-
you sign him for too
Okay.
much money to do that.
Here's
in game 7.
the only thing. I understand,
It's overthinking.
like, in Game 7, a walk and a base hit is different than in any other game. Like,
Not-
that does feel
I
different.
get it, but he
So-
was so good last night. It was like demoralizing.
I couldn't believe they didn't go
But
to
was
Cole.
it going to matter? Like the Nats had that team of destiny thing going
True.
on. They had 5 elimination games. They were behind in all 5 games, and they won all 5
Rendon
games.
in
Rendon
for the
was money.
7th.
Rendon's
Rendon-
apparently the best player in the history of baseball.
Probably played his last game for the Nationals. so.
No, disagree.
That's sad.
You don't think
no,
so?
he's staying.
Why say that?
How do you know?
Team of destiny. He's staying.
Yeah, the team
No,
is
Things like,
destiny.
no, things like that happen.
They've already met their destiny.
Yeah, in
No,
a
no.
situation like this,
Now
where
you wanna
he's-
go back-to-back.
where he's already won, he's going to feel better about taking the money elsewhere.
Yeah, Rendon's
Unlike
destiny is
Bryce
going to
Harper.
get cash.
Yeah,
let
he's
me
like,
tell you.
mission accomplished.
Let me
Well,
tell you.
Bryce is getting a ring. We're sending a ring up
Yeah.
to Bryce Harper
Really?
because he said, well, I think that we should.
He's like Jesus. He
'Cause
died for our sins.
He said that he wanted to bring a title back to DC.
And that's what it's all about. That's what I want to do. We want to bring a title back to DC. I want to be on Broad Street.
Is he? How old is he? 25?
yeah.
No, he's older than that. He's
27.
27.
He's
yeah.
club 27.
Oh.
He's club 27. He died for his sins, and we should send a ring up to him.
I mean, the big one is Strauss is opting out of 4 years.
Oh, he's gonna
100
make so
million
much money?
to make more than.
He's
4
gonna
years,
look great in
100 million.
pinstripes.
I've already gotten a bunch of those.
those,
Why not
but those
both?
rings
Why
aren't
not both,
special.
Tommy?
Those are just money rings that he chases.
Why not both?
How excited are you guys? I don't know that I feel the World Series excitement.
The
from you guys
Nats
right now.
are weird
Very
because
excited.
You, but not you. You don't.
I
seem
mean,
that
I'm
excited.
I'm more excited than he is.
Oh shit! It's an excite off. You can see in my pants how excited I am directly.
I don't know.
Not very.
I'm also
very-
not like
very
you know how Mark and Big T they scream and they're loud.
Oh, they're idiots.
I've never been a screamer louder guy. Like I'm just.
I don't think that's true at all.
Except the time that you got assaulted.
Yeah, you assaulted
No.
somebody at work. You can't do that.
No.
I got assaulted.
You got assaulted at the at Game 7 of the Lightning Caps.
Keep it a little bit.
Right, I did. I was.
You
clapping.
were screaming and yelling at everyone.
No, for my home team.
Nah, but I remember walking out and saying, "PFT, watch out, Nate's
It's
gonna
also
get hit."
Gonna get hit.
I did. It's also
said that, and
It's
sure
also
enough.
different when you're like.
You know who's screaming
in
the
there.
loudest last
Yeah.
night?
Who?
Was Stella.
She knows. Stella knows about Babbitt. The Nats scored 2 runs. A good dog. I have 13 out of 10. Very good dog. You have the over? Stella's excited for the over.
Yeah, Stella showed up.
Stella brought the energy last
Came
She have
for
a
the
good
last,
night?
the last half inning.
was
I
crazy.
told PFT to save me a seat. He saved me a seat. Man of his word.
They kept drove in for 2 outs and
Well,
then drove
here's
home.
what happened is I pulled up the stream in the 7th inning, and you guys were like,
We promised.
"Yeah,
you.
he's coming." And then I started getting tweets being like, "Yo, are you gonna show up?" And I was sitting there, and I was like, "If I just go, and there's no traffic, and I show up, I do the last half inning, and then I leave the minute they win, I'll probably go to sleep about the same time." So that's what I did.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So 2 more World Series questions.
Okay.
Do you guys have a new hero? The Nationals were showing it in their stadium. As soon as the last out, I guess it was the last out, and
Yeah.
then the fat guy gets on the dugout.
Yeah.
It's rainy. He runs and slides. Is that like the
He's
new
our
mayor of DC?
He's our new king. Yeah, all hail fat guy with the slip and slide. That was an amazing slide.
It was
I
a
think
fantastic slide.
The best part about the entire thing wasn't the slide.
Yes.
Was how smoothly he tore
Correct.
his shirt off.
Correct, because
Yeah.
that's a risk. Because
Okay,
if you
yeah.
get caught up,
Do you
it
pre-cut
ruins
that?
it.
Do you
He
pre-cut
prepped that shirt, right?
I think it was
Yeah.
wet, and
yeah.
also it looked like he was a guy whose shirts maybe are stress test
Was he a plant?
through like everyday living.
I'm saying he's a planted fat guy.
I was asking.
You're
People
going to,
are woke.
you thought the Redskins fans were plants. Now you think
Oh,
this guy's
they
a
are
plant.
plants.
I used to believe it was just magic. It was just Game 7 magic. It was a perfect
I'm a big
rip.
My
Conspiracy
favorite
guy.
tweet I got was some guy. Now we're doing the like, but is that guy banned from every stadium now?
Yeah.
Ooh, good
He
take.
showed
So
his
his
tits.
tits.
Yeah.
Which my
Dumped
question
him out.
leads
Okay.
into my last question. I don't want to bring any horny dad energy here, but is this series remembered for A, the Nationals winning, B, bad umpiring, or C,
Say her name.
Well,
Julia Rose?
There you
So
go.
Here's
You
the thing.
you clearly it's tits
yeah,
for you.
the fact that you're even bringing this question
Yeah.
up means
No,
that
that's
for
a
Brandon
legitimate
Walker,
question.
It's definitely
It's a good
tits.
question.
Those are the 3 big stories of this
Yes.
series. The Nats
Okay.
winning their first, the umpiring being
Well,
terrible,
Max
and
died and came back to
Julia
life.
Rose.
And Brandon Walker getting to see tits without his wife being upset at him. So, yeah, I think that here's the thing. If you're a casual sports fan out there, you should root for DC Sports to win every championship because the last
we're
2
2 for
times,
2.
2 for 2, Ovi raises the cup, tits on the glass behind him.
I don't remember that.
Tits in the stands here.
You remember that?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Yes, you
remember.
do.
Did that happen?
They were huge.
Yeah.
You would have loved
They
them.
weren't even that huge.
No, the
They were
ones
just-
from the Stanley Cup.
It's gonna be great in like
You
20
would've
years when you
loved
get a
them.
trivia question. They're like, "Who won the 2019 World Series?" And Brandon's like, "Shit."
Titties.
And someone's like, "Titties." The Nationals.
That's a Slumdog Millionaire
Yeah.
moment. He
Yeah.
flashes back
on
in
the
time.
mirror.
Yeah.
If they made a starting lineup of the tits,
Yes.
2 girls with the tits in the background,
Oh,
would you buy those?
I wouldn't just. I'd display them here, not at home.
You keep them in your private collection.
Right, they would make it to the.
Box,
They would be the
Next to the
elites.
Vaseline.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the World Series. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you,
Ryan.
Brandon.
Thank you.
You're doing a good job hosting.
I know.
A
Doing
little
great
bit of
job.
low energy.
This is not low
He
energy.
used a
Nah,
lot
you've
yesterday
been
assaulting
using-
Devlin.
Okay, that's.
I am with the two assaulters. Sir.
Yeah, I assaulted people before. It was cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of assault, there was a fight in the NBA last night. That's a
You guys
segue.
must
Good
loved it.
segue. Good segue.
Thank you very much. So Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns got into what can pass in the NBA as a fight, although Ben Simmons did get in there and choke cold
Rear
somebody.
naked chokehold.
Did you see the reverse angle with his feet?
He was
flailing?
awesome. He tapped.
Not
There's
great.
a lot of layers to this because I think more interesting than the actual fight is afterwards they both just went at each other on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep.
There's a video about Karl Anthony Towns' mom in the stands wanting to fight the shit out of Joel Embiid.
Which I love.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I love. Although Karl Anthony Towns, get your mom some better tickets.
That's true. It's in Philly though. Does he have much control over that?
I don't know. He gets paid a lot of money.
You get paid 100 mil.
Yeah, maybe he was relying on the team tickets that were provided. He can just go to StubHub and get or
Yes.
SeatGeek or wherever.
I don't
and
know.
get some
Get her on the floor.
secondary
Geek
market.
with code take. Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
think Kevin Durant's mom sits up there? No chance. She's on the floor.
She's always
Is she?
on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good for her. Good for her. We'll get to Kevin Durant later. So nothing on the fight?
This league, man, I don't know. They just go after each other on Instagram, and then it washes over, and then that's it.
I actually have a question for Smitty
Smitty,
or Roan.
come here.
Oh.
Oh, Ron's there too.
Okay.
Come on, Philly guys.
I have a
Philly.
question. Is Joel Embiid the most liked guy in Philly sports since fill in the blank? Because I think he's obviously the most popular right now, right? Like the way he handled it,
he's
the
got
way
a
he
mic,
pumps
Nick.
up the crowd.
He's got a mic.
You guys love him. Like he's the heart and soul of the team. I'm not a bitch. All that stuff.
Since Iverson.
Since Iverson. Okay, that's a fair answer.
That's
Since
Utley.
Nick Foles.
Utley.
Chase Utley?
I think more than Utley.
Utley?
I think he's You think more than surpassed Utley? Utley. I think Embiid has surpassed
But
Utley,
it's-
at least with me. But since
He is one of those guys that's like 100% approval rating.
everyone Pretty loves close. He
Yeah.
said last night that he was made for Philadelphia and Philadelphia was
Right.
made for him.
Right.
That's an all-time beautiful quote.
After he grew up with Lions. He also said that.
Right.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Right.
Fair point.
Yeah, I mean, I just watched that clip and I was like, I don't think anyone can be loved by a city as much as
Yeah,
Joel Embiid right now.
You tweeted that he was Philly's true king, right? That's what
He
you
is
tweeted
our
last
king.
night.
Yeah.
I would love to go to battle for him and fight on the front lines of whatever war he's fighting, Brandon.
So when he leaves Philly eventually, is that going to
He's not gonna
sour that?
If anybody leaves, it's Simmons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
But
so
it is pretty awesome when you get those guys because it doesn't happen very often where you're like, that guy
That's
is the
ours.
heart and soul.
But he is also so good that no matter what he does, we're going to
Yeah.
approve of him. It's kind of like the anti-Markelle Fultz. When Fultz came in, we were giving him so many excuses because we wanted him to be good.
Right.
And then he wasn't, so we're kind of like, okay, fuck him.
He's so loved in Philly that every spring when he's wildly out of shape and runs out of gas in the playoffs, you guys still defend him.
We don't care. We don't care.
yeah,
And he's not
right,
out of
right,
shape. He
right.
plays tennis every night in Center City.
And dude, Sixers, early NBA season, they're obviously the best squad in the league right now.
Only undefeated team in the league.
hand.
Only undefeated team in the East.
Only
Warriors
undefeated.
already suck.
Let's
Step
go,
up his
dude.
hand.
Only person you can even put in the conversation is the Clippers. I can't wait. And Tommy's
Oh,
looking
Kawhi's
kind of.
gonna eat that ass.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love him
There's
to.
some good teams
Tommy's
out
looking
west.
pretty jacked though. I don't know if anyone's talked about this yet.
We
but-
have
Tommy
Feel his
lifts
shoulders.
every day. He's huge.
Let's see it. Come over here.
Tommy, come here.
Come here.
Absolutely.
Tommy, you-
Take your shirt off, please.
Yeah.
Well, he's still upset about his tits.
Oh,
Yeah.
See what I'm
Tommy,
saying?
let me
Do you see
see
what I'm
it.
saying?
I want to feel
Pull it
Tommy.
all the way up.
Deadspin's not
Pull
around,
the
so we
way
can
up.
harass
Pull it all the
you.
way up. Now give it the flex. Damn, dude, you do look jacked.
He lifts
You're
every
gonna tear
day.
the shirt, Ron.
Tommy, you
Damn,
are jacked.
Tommy!
Tommy,
Oh,
tell him about
yeah.
the vein. What? Tell him about the vein.
You got a vein?
Oh, dude.
Oh, congratulations.
He's defined. He's well.
It would be awesome. You should actually do a couple cycles of steroids because it would be very funny
Yeah.
if you just gained like 50 pounds of muscle.
Oh.
You're too scared of
Swing
like
mostly
needles
trades.
and stuff, and you're just a hypochondriac.
Well, I'm actually pretty good with needles, but I don't want steroids. I feel like because then
We have a.
You don't
Yeah, I don't
have
wanna
to do
do steroids.
needles. You,
No, I just
steroids
think
are
that-
creams.
I know, I
then
didn't
if
do
you ever
needles.
stop steroids,
Luke just gave me
they all
pills.
turn
Yeah.
fat.
I didn't even know what they were.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just do
pills.
pills.
Just do pills.
I would like to see you for content do a little steroids.
Okay. All right.
Juice up a little bit.
Thank you, Philly
All right,
guys.
thanks, guys.
Good job.
Thank you, Brandon Walker.
So, thank you, Smitty, for thanking me.
I think Soto is the same way in DC now as Embiid is.
Oh, Soto's 21 years old. Soto's going to be gone in 3 years.
No, they're gonna give him that Acuna deal, that 10-year deal.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
is he going to take it?
Oh yeah, he loves DC.
Everybody loves DC until they're not there anymore.
No,
Like,
everybody loves DC.
everybody loves their home Garrett Cole loved Houston until about
No, he
8
hated
o'clock
Houston.
last night.
He hated Houston.
No, he did. Well, how do you
Hated
know?
it. He always was like, I hate Houston.
Okay, so obviously Dave's not on the rundown today, so this would have been an all-time spike the football for
Right.
him because on Twitter he's been going after. We got to talk about it. Deadspin seems like is
Everyone's
dead.
quitting.
They're dead.
Everybody's quitting. Drew Magary, is that how you name it? Drew McGarrett. How do you say his name?
I think it's Magary.
Okay, very good for Drew. He quit today. Everybody else has quit on Twitter. I know if you follow Dave Portnoy on Twitter, which everybody does, it's basically one of his favorite days ever, I would assume.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, it's insane. The
self-importance.
Yes, the self-importance is insane. It's just funny, like sitting and watching it all and being like, if you went. I always think about like what would happen if you went. Whenever we got in beefs with Deadspin, like if you went to Buffalo, if you went to Cleveland, if you went anywhere around the country, no one would give a fuck.
I think they know in Tulsa, Oklahoma,
A blog
what the
war.
fuck Deadspin
So yeah,
is.
and then them being like it's culturally the most important site of all time and all that shit. It's just
So I understand
Can I
that
please
guy.
clip that to your shirt?
I like
Yeah,
holding
do
it. I understand that guy like Barry quitting. He's been there forever. He doesn't want to listen to the new boss. I understand a couple of them.
he got fired.
The people with 2,000 followers who don't have a name, who think they're taking some moral high ground by quitting, woke up this morning just unemployed with no income.
If
It's
they
like-
if they don't have a backup plan,
Yeah.
like I
This
guess
is an expensive ass city.
I will say that there is something. I'm not gonna say noble because they want everyone to think they're
but
noble.
Deadspin's not noble.
No, I
It's
know, I
just
know.
a
What I'm gonna
blog.
say is, if you do quit your job with no backup plan for what you conceive as like a moral reason, I guess that could be considered like, oh, that's a ballsy move. But I just don't have any. There's no love lost for me
So
for a blog that's
the
basically
new
just like
owners-
trashed us nonstop for the last decade.
So the people who quit, they were just like, we want to keep
perfect.
doing what we want. And the new boss was like, well, we have to make money. And they're like, well, we'd rather just keep doing what we want. So they quit.
I will say this. I don't claim to speak on behalf of Dave Portnoy, but I would assume he will accept resumes from all of those who
Yeah.
quit.
He needs a butler.
If they come with their hats in their hand, you can. I don't know if you can be on the rundown or if you work somewhere around here. I don't know. Just bring your resume. Let Dave figure it out. I'm sure he would be welcoming of that process.
And Samir is the only one who has not quit. He's just still.
Is that how you say his name?
Are there more
Samir?
people out there?
Samir?
There's a, how many people? Is there
He's-
literally no one left?
He's the last one that I've heard of.
Huh.
He's the last notable one.
And he has 12,000 Twitter
Are they
followers.
posting blogs right now?
I don't
They are
think
po-
so. I don't know.
so
I've never actually read Deadspin,
Deadspin
so I don't know.
had one new blog up as of like noon, and then they had a blog from Jezebel on their front page about fucking every player on the Washington Nationals.
So a couple things about
That's
NBA
sports.
basketball.
It is.
Kevin Durant admits that his fight with Draymond is the reason he left Golden State. Do we care about that at all?
That's
or
your
is
boy.
is he always just
Yeah.
going to say stuff anyway?
I think Draymond Green is a phenomenal player. I think he is.
We're about to find out how phenomenal.
Well, no, I think he's. I think the Draymond is the perfect example of a guy who you want him on your team, but if you don't think he rubs people the wrong way, you're crazy because he is always intense. He's a true alpha, and he's not an alpha talent-wise, but he's a true alpha.
He's an alpha talent.
But I
No.
got a question about that. Isn't that just a saying we come up with to excuse shitty behavior and we say, oh, he's a guy you want on your team?
That's what I was
If he's
gonna
running
say.
off Kevin Durant's
No,
world, do
because-
you really want him?
Because they fucking won titles.
They did, but
But a big part of the reason why they've won is because of Draymond Green's personality.
yeah.
So
Could you
take
get-
the good with the bad.
Could you
in that.
have gotten Draymond's talent without the? If you had a
No,
player that had
no,
Draymond's
no,
talent
the
without the
answer is
personality,
no.
you think the personality was
No,
the driving
yes,
force?
they're one and the same. Draymond Green, the reason why he is Draymond Green, the reason why he worked so well with Clay and Steph is because of his personality.
His talent
his
is his
intensity,
personality.
his defensive mindset, like all those things come together. So if you want to say Draymond Green, broke up the Warriors, well then you also have to say Draymond Green is a big reason why the Warriors won a lot.
So
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
NBA
So you can't separate them.
NBA dynasties never die gradually.
Correct.
They always just
Well,
die.
the Bulls.
Well, that one
Because
didn't die
everyone moved on.
gradually. Everyone moved. It didn't die
Right.
gradually. It ended
Oh,
immediately.
I got
Yeah.
confused when you said gradually.
It
They
ended
don't die
immediately
gradually.
because Pippen and Jordan moved on.
Some die gradually.
The Lakers dynasty died immediately when Kobe and Shaq broke up.
Say San Antonio.
No, because they won
Let
a
me
couple
say this.
times after
They
that.
rarely die gradually. And this one is not dying gradually because Steph Curry broke his wrist last night. The Warriors are done. They're finished.
Yeah.
The Warriors dynasty, as we know it, has died.
I wouldn't say that necessarily because Steph will be back.
Klay Thompson will be
and
back.
Klay Thompson will be back, and they have D'Angelo Russell. I wouldn't be shocked if in a year or two they make another deep run.
They're also, Klay and Steph are approaching 30, and Klay's injury is pretty catastrophic.
The Warriors would remind me of what you just said, the Kobe Shaq thing, where Kobe then had another 2 titles after that. Like, I could see them competing in a year or two as a different iteration.
A post-dynasty, mini-dynasty.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe fans would say it was a Kobe dynasty.
Well, it wasn't.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't sit here today and say the Warriors will never be heard from again. They still have Steph, Klay, and they added D'Angelo Russell. Like, if all those guys are healthy, that's a team that's still going to be good.
I can't think of anything around the office that's noteworthy, so we'll get into our MGM gambling segment. This Thursday, BetMGM has a special offer for new users. Sign up with bonus code Barstool and place a $1 bet on San Francisco tonight. They're playing the Cardinals. If they score a touchdown, you'll get $100.
Wow.
You just need to sign up and follow these instructions. Sign up for a new BetMGM account and use the bonus code Barstool. Make sure you place your first bet of at least $1 on the San Francisco money line. Regardless of the outcome of the game, you'll get $100 if San Francisco scores a touchdown tonight against the Cardinals. Spoiler alert, they're probably going to score a touchdown. Disclaimer, winnings are paid in free bets. Must be 21 in New Jersey to place bets. Restrictions apply. Visit BetMGM.com for a full list of terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. We'll go right into that game. 49ers are undefeated. Cardinals are hit or miss, up and down. Young quarterback, young coach. The spread is 10 points, 10.5 maybe by now by the 49ers. I just look at the 49ers. I don't see a reason they stop rolling tonight. I don't see a reason they don't cover. What do you think, Big Cat?
Hear that squeak in his chair?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Does it squeak all the time?
Yeah, the only thing I'd say is that when we get to this part of the season, I have the 49ers, but if you want me to play devil's advocate, when you get to this part of the season, road Thursday night teams always struggle, and in division is always even more of a struggle, but I think the 49ers are that much better.
2 stats.
And the under?
I don't know. I feel like the
stats
49ers defense is going to score.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it take?
2 stats.
Well, I mean, I think their defense is so good in Kyler Murray, I don't trust him.
Yeah,
so
I like the under.
I have a pair of stats.
Their defense.
How many 6 picks can they get?
Pick sixes, foul or fair pull.
I have 1 stat followed by a second
What
stat.
did I say?
I think
6 picks?
you said 6 picks.
Wow.
I think they would get some. I mean, it's not all about pick sixes. It's also
understand.
plus,
Niners and the under.
plus
are the
territory, right?
Couple of notes from tonight's
I also
game.
like the Thursday night game. Who's playing? Baylor, West Virginia.
That's right. Halloween game.
I like
Baylor,
Baylor,
West Virginia.
I think I like Baylor.
That 49ers
I
defense.
also am going to bet. Who's the NBA games tonight?
Well,
Do we know?
Yeah, we do.
Nate hasn't figured out what I'm doing because
Yeah,
he
he
stopped
hasn't.
talking.
I know. You're
That
supposed
sucks.
to be
You're
extending
supposed to
this bit.
continue to interrupt him.
Right.
Sorry?
So he keeps
Nothing.
going.
You're good. You're doing good.
Who is playing in the NBA?
Hawks,
The
Heat,
Hawks are
Nuggets,
playing the Spurs.
Pelicans,
The Hawks
Spurs,
and the-
Clippers.
Shh, I'm trying to listen to Tommy.
Hawks, Heat, Nuggets, Pelicans, Spurs, Clippers.
Under in the Nuggets Pelicans. Big
Is that
bet
an
tonight.
official walk the line pick?
That is my
And I'm
pick, yes.
17-1 on?
17-1.
Yes, you are. It's an incredible streak you're on. 2 stats back to that NFL game. The 49ers are the second best running offense in the league. The Cardinals are the 26th best running defense, and the Cardinals are the worst team in the league against tight ends. 49ers have George Kittle. 49ers big tonight. That's my pick. Anything else?
Not on that.
You're not impressed with my stats at all, are you?
No, I
that
was
was
not
good.
impressed with your energy overall.
I had great energy today. What
thought
are
you
you
did-
talking
I
about?
thought
What did
you
you
did a
say
good
his
job.
energy was?
On what grading
The
scale?
ball scales, please.
5 balls, yeah.
On the ball
What
scale?
other scale would you use?
2.8 balls.
Yeah, 2.8. So
I thought I had perfect energy tonight. I thought I was a calming force on this show. I thought I did great.
I think you did a good job.
And I am not always a calming force in this office.
What happened?
Nothing.
Would you like to apologize?
I have apologized. He's apologized to
To
me.
the viewer.
We've shaken hands. To the viewer, I
Have you
apologize.
guys had a little talk about like what the aftermath of an assault looks like? Both of you being people who've assaulted colleagues.
He had a comment.
Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm not fucking playing with you.
He said that. The guy you assaulted had it
Oh,
coming.
I didn't say that.
No, you just said that.
I didn't say that.
Have you seen the Nate assault?
I've never seen it.
Oh,
No.
it's
Oh.
fantastic.
I just can't imagine
Fucking hit stick on
watching him
YP.
assaulting anybody.
And
got
then
absolutely
Big Cat
smoked.
just slides out of the way.
I was just like, oh, Nate's
Set-
mad.
He set it up, and then he just slid out
Nate's
of the way.
mad. Whoops.
Big Cat's idea.
No,
and
it wasn't
then-
my idea to go down there. I think it was Coley's.
I think that was Dan Cat's idea.
No.
I bet it was so great.
It was great.
That's the rundown.
I mean, this is an iconic moment. Are you mad that it happened?
I wish it didn't happen.
No,
That's the rundown.
that's
I think
crazy,
violence,
Nate.
violence is wrong.
No, Nate, that was an iconic
I'm a
moment.
lover,
That
not
was
a
the
fighter.
dog.
It was a.
You're not a
Don't
lover
fight
or a
the
fighter,
inner dog.
Nate.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
When you fight the inner dog, bad things happen.
No, I don't have an inner dog.
Yeah, you do.
No, I
See,
don't.
you're fighting it.
No.
This is bad.
Not even
And the
close to a
rundown is
lover
bad.
or a fighter.
I want you to fight the inner. Don't fight the inner dog.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
You're. Let the dog out.
There is no dog.
No shit.
Whoa, wait, what?
Trent Williams said 6 years ago he was diagnosed with cancer, and the team told him it was a minor injury.
That can't be right. I don't know if we're still.
What are you talking about?
It just came out. He's talking to the media right
So
now.
he was diagnosed with cancer, kept it from the team, and the team doctors
Team told him it was something minor, like when they checked up on him.
6 years ago?
Yeah.
Golly.
Cancer.